Do we make it? Is it Friday? I've really been holding out and thinking if we can just get to Friday, we're going to be okay. And yeah, so I'm proud of us. Go team. We made it. I'm going to try. We'll see how loopy the headlines are today or spicy. It's anybody's guess right now. Spin the wheel on emotions. We'll see how these headlines go. Here we go. These are headlines just from all over the place, not just one source, but I try to go through them and let you know what I think. So it's been a lot of fun, actually. I'm enjoying this series. All right, let's get started. Headline number 1: Trump acts to rein in Musk's power amid complaints about Doge. All right, now there's this talk that Mr. Musk is not to be firing people anymore. And, that's great. He's just an advisor, which is what he was supposed to have been. I think actually a lot of this information is going to be able to be used against the administration during the Doge lawsuits, as I like to call them, of which there are about a dozen. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot of lawsuits to have filed against you. And how is the administration going to overcome? I have no idea. But I am quite enjoying that all the information Mr. Trump feels like he needs to just share with everybody is all admissible as evidence at trial. So, yep, you need to calm down, Musk. Well done, you. A dozen lawsuits in, 6 weeks? Nice work. We'll see what happens. A couple of the biggest lawsuits that have the most momentum have to do with the violation of a federal statute by even creating the Doge. So, all right, what's next? It's Friday again, everybody. I can't tell you how happy I am it's Friday. Now, I know it's like people work over the weekend. I get it. But it's this idea that it's Friday, and that could mean things are going to calm down. I just like the idea. I live for the moment. Like onions on a sandwich. I want the onion on a sandwich, but then of course I'll remove the onion, but I want the essence of the onion. I don't want to eat the onion, right? So that's kind of how Fridays are. It's like, well, things might get bad, but I just want to pretend in my mind that Friday is going to be okay. All right. I digress. Oh my gosh, I have to skip over sports. Forgive me, but I can't do it. Next, an unalive row inmate chose to be executed by firing squad. How will it work? So I'm not going to go look at more details, but yes, we have about a handful of states that allow for firing squad unalivings. And quite frankly, based off of the cruel and unusual punishment element of the 8th Amendment, that electric chair, those lethal injections, yowzers. There's a lot of things where people have not been unalived. They've just been tortured. But firing squad, again, the key to a good firing squad is that the people doing the firing don't know which one of them has the correct bullet, so they're able to sleep at night. We'll see what happens. I'm not a big fan of capital punishment. I think it's barbaric, and I think as a country that is developed as far as we have, it's unnecessary. But a lot of people disagree, so there you have it. Next up, we've got Social Security now requires Maine parents to visit office to register newborns. All right, some people are going to say, that's not right. They shouldn't be able to do that. Let me just let you in on something. If you've had a newborn and you are trying to go anywhere or do anything as the mom, first of all, you're recovering from a pretty major medical situation. So let's put her in the car and drag her over to an administrative office where she can just sit around and wait and be incredibly agitated. And she hasn't had any sleep. She's probably not had much for food. Her whole body is like trying to recover from major medical procedure. But again, let's shove her in the car. If she's able to find someone to drive her and then take her over to the office so she can fill out some gosh darn paperwork. So, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. Some people are like, well, you got to follow the rules. Right. But let's make the rules as hard as humanly possible on mothers, especially new moms that have just had a baby. I don't care how many babies you've had, but if you're on your fifth baby, you still deserve to have a stinking break from going into administrative offices. That's how I feel about that. Next up, newly released text and 911 call transcript from surviving roommates of Idaho murders reveal panic and terror. I was watching that case for a while, the Idaho case, but it's been busy around here, so I haven't been catching up on all of the information. Let me tell you something. When it comes to 911 calls, here's a little insight, a little something you probably didn't know. Technically, 911 calls are hearsay under the rules of evidence, and 911 calls can be your biggest piece of evidence, the most powerful piece of evidence for the jury to hear. So, of course, you don't want to exclude it. And so, but how do you get it in? If it's hearsay, we actually have rules that allow specifically for just 911 calls to be allowed in, so long as the information is authenticated properly and has enough reliability. I think that's fascinating. I think it's very interesting that people like to toss this term hearsay around. Oh, that's just hearsay. And be like, oh, you can't use it. It's just hearsay. So hearsay is incredibly important. It's very valuable. The trick with hearsay is to find that exception so that you can get your information in. All right, there you go. There's your quick and dirty lesson on hearsay and hearsay exceptions when it comes to the 911 calls. Hamilton run at Kennedy Center's canceled. So, yeah, there's a big celebration that's supposed to be going on next year. I don't know. I have a hard time going to even the fireworks when Mr. Trump is in office, and that's saying something. I got married on the 4th of July weekend. Everything was red, white, and blue, including my dress. The guys were in blue tuxes. The ladies were in red dresses. We had sparklers, we had stars, we had pizzazz. It was amazing because my husband indulged me in my obsession with my patriotic ideologies. I digress, but can't bring myself to go to the fireworks or celebrate or go red, white, and blue right now. Maybe next year. I doubt it, although I am wearing red, white, and blue here, but it's torn up like my heart over what's been going on with Mr. Trump. Sounds like Hamilton's like, dude, we're not going to be able to do this because, we don't agree with you. And that's how the First Amendment works. Okay, we might have to do 2 parts for headlines today. There's like a lot. There's a lot going on. Can everybody calm down, please? That'd be great. Next up, Trump says U.S. is reclaiming Panama Canal after investors strike deal to buy Chinese-backed ports. Are you freaking kidding me? This Panama Canal situation, I would feel more comfortable even discussing it if it was someone other than Mr. Trump talking about it, quite frankly, or anybody in his circle, or anyone who is supporting him. No, I'm just not comfortable talking about the Panama Canal. Like, dude, how far back have we gone in time here? I mean, it's been decades. And is this, again, it's because of China? Like, does China realize how much power they have over the United States that they can just do stuff and then all of a sudden the reaction's like, we're all crazy over here for it. Like, what? That's a lot of power that you're just handing over there to China, dude. Calm down. Yeah, right. And last headline, GOP lawmaker says she will criminally refer 4 Democratic mayors to the Department of Justice. Good for her. You can do whatever you want with referrals. I would say, what's her name? Anna Paulina Luna, Republican out of Florida. You could write a letter, refer her to the DOJ. Go for it. Refer Mr. Trump to the DOJ. Let's refer the crap out of people right now because nothing makes sense. Right? Part 1, Friday morning headlines. I'll be putting another one together later on today. Take care, everyone.